All right, so now we're going to put a void through the middle of this guy. And can go ahead maybe and just work in the 3D view. So to get out of the dual screen, you could either close the south view, but you can also type TW, and whichever one's current will become the one on top. All right, so I want to put a void running through this. So I'm just going to go to my wireframe over here, and I'm just going to put a series of circles on the same points that we have the rectangles on. So I'm going to go to Reference and Circle and Set. And I'm just going to draw a series of circles. Set that and set that. And then pick the circles, and I get that temporary dimension that I'll make permanent for the radius. All right. And then I'll go through and set a parameter for each one of those. And then I'm going to pick them in order just like I did the rectangles. And I could go to create form, but in the pull down there's a solid form or a void form. So I'm just going to go to void form. And then if I go to my shaded mode, you'll see that I'm getting a hole in that guy, right? And so now what I can do is I can pull out my this guy, right? And I can start to play with the radii. So let me go ahead and move that guy down. Seems like it keeps reordering that one. But let's say I make this one 20, right? And it starts to cut a hole in there. Or I make this one 15. Right, starts to get a little bigger. So you kind of get it. So if I go from my 70 to my 50, right, you're starting to get different versions of this with the original settings, right? So go to 90. That one's going to be just running through the center. This one probably needs to be a little bigger. Right, it starts to cut away the whole thing. So you can kind of play around with it and see until you get something that is of interest to you. Right? So now we have a few different types based on these blends. All right, so that's setting up the void. The next thing we'll do is I'll create a sort of base for it down here. We'll look at the points and how we can parameterize these points by either having them rotate or move up and down this line.